What have we here? Hi, Mom. Did you get our text? We were hungry, we made lunch. Don't worry, we didn't make a mess. Let's see what you're eating, though. Oh, hi, Onyx. Hi, Brasilia. Hi, Rouge. Hi, Flash. What are you eating? Let's see, I see lettuce. I see carrots. I see grapes. Excellent lunch. If you're a herbivore. But not all of you are herbivores. So looks like we're missing something. What are we missing? We're missing some bugs. Who wants bugs? Onyx does. Everyone, how are you? Well, in today's episode, we're going to be talking about adaptations of various animals. What is an adaptation? Do you remember? An adaptation is something that an organism has on its physical body, or something that it does behaviorally, like meow if you're a cat, or what else do you do? Hiss if you're a cat. Something that you do behaviorally that will allow you to survive in the environment. Let's talk about your adaptations. What do you have? Well, you have a brain, a very big brain. Not all living things have brains, or brains that are complex like yours. You have a heart. You have a four-chambered heart. Not every organism has a heart, or even a four-chambered one. You do, right? How about hands? You have hands, right? Hands with 5 fingers. You don't, though. That means I have to open your cans for you. All right? Toes with legs attached. You don't have those. You have feet and you have pads, toe pads. Okay? We don't have whiskers because we don't need them, but you have whiskers, right? Why do you need them? Oh, you're nocturnal, are you? And you need them to help sense your surroundings, right? Okay. All right. So we'll get going now. All right. This is Ewok, by the way.
Hi, Ewok.
Okay. You ready? So you may notice some new friends here. This is Fluffy, the guinea pig, a herbivore. Okay. You know Onyx, you know Brasilia, and you know Rouge and Flash. Okay. Now, herbivore, herbivore, herbivore. However, okay, omnivore and omnivore. Now, if you remember, if you're an omnivore, you eat, that's right, plants and insects, or flesh. So we're missing flesh for Onyx. There it is, Onyx. There's your flesh part. There you go. Remember, he's not going to waste his time if it doesn't move. It has to move. That means it's alive. And do you remember what the crunching means? That's right. He's crushing the exoskeleton of the insect with his strong jaws. Okay. Right? So let's go back to adaptations. We haven't talked about the adaptations of tortoises. Okay? A tortoise is a turtle, but it lives on land. Okay? Looks like you don't have teeth. Oh, but look at those strong jaws. So you're able to crush the food with your strong jaws and then swallow it. Oh, come on over, Flash. Okay? Flash is a herbivore. Doesn't want to entertain bugs. Nope, not hungry. All right, let's take a look at Flash's claws. Okay, look at those claws. Those are some pair of nails right there. Okay, occasionally I will have to trim them simply because he doesn't get a chance to dig a lot of holes, and he uses these claws for digging holes. And they wear away once he digs the holes. But you see why we call him Flash. He moves pretty fast. Look at him, go Flash, go! Flash also has, oh jeez. Remember, our turtles are reptiles, so they're covered with scales. All right, let's take a look at the scales on their legs, okay, on their appendages. They also have nails. Why do you think they have nails and claws? Right? If you said to dig, you were right. Right? Since they live in the environment outside, they need to dig holes sometimes to protect themselves and also to keep cool. Now, did you know, this is a fun fact, that you can tell the age of a tortoise by counting its rings on its carapace. Do you see these rings right here? 1 ring, 2 rings. Can you see them? Mm-hmm. Those scales, those rings tell us the age of the tortoises. Take a look at Rouge's rings. Yep, you can tell his age. Just like the rings on a tree, there's a spring and a summer growth. There's 2 rings here for each year, and for each year there's also a color, so you can tell the age of a tortoise. Okay, he's also got some claws that he uses for digging as well. Do you see their ears? Now, they have ears, but they don't stick out. Do you see them? They're right there. They're flattened discs. They mainly feel the vibrations from the ground, so they don't need to have ears like ours. Do turtles and tortoises move fast? Well, they move fast for a long period of time. Stop. To determine the gender of most tortoises, right, what you would do is you would look at the bottom shell of the tortoise. If the bottom shell, known as the plastron, it is curved, okay, see how it's indented here? What you have here is a male. Okay, so Rouge is a male. If you look and you see that the plastron is flat, female. So remember, flat is female. Rouge here, like other turtles, can't live without his shell. Right? His shell is connected by a ligament right over here, okay? And if his shell is detached, he will die. Why? Because his spinal cord is attached directly underneath this shell. So if he does get eaten, what typically happens is a bird of prey will take him and will rip apart his shell and then eat the soft inside. But he's protected here. Okay. Now, can turtles move fast? Let's see. Can he move fast? You can eat. Oh, you can move fast to your food. So they can move fast for a short period of time. After that, they get pretty slow. Now, he's a red-footed tortoise. Can you tell me why he's called a red-footed tortoise? That's right, he's got some red spots on his front and back legs. Okay. He's prey. Do you remember what prey is? Prey is the animal that gets eaten. How do we know? Well, his eyes are on his side. Right? And if you remember, when they have eyes on their side, they like to hide. And that helps them see to the side of them and also even behind them, unlike predators. So let's talk about that rhyme, okay, that we learned. Okay? Eyes in the front, you like to hunt. That makes you a predator. Eyes on the side, likes to hide. That makes you prey. You can see in this tiger here, his eyes are forward facing. That enables him to focus in on his meal. And over here, the deer, okay, is prey. the eyes are on the side, enabling him to see behind him, okay, and to the side of him, and avoid getting captured. So, some of you have kitties in your house. Is my kitty a predator or prey? Look at the eyes. That's right, the eyes are facing front. So, in the wild, cats like to hunt and they're considered predators. Okay, but notice, okay, predators in my house don't act like predators. Now here's Twix, here's our guinea pig. Look at his eyes. His eyes are on the side. That makes him prey. The eyes on the side, remember, allow him to see to the side of him and even behind him. So in the wild, guinea pigs are prey. That sticky tongue helps Brasilia grab her food, and Onyx is just along for the ride. Make sure you look at that tongue, that forked tongue that enables her to smell left and right. Remember, she smells with her tongue. You taste with your tongue. You smell with your nose. What does she do with her nose? She takes in air through her nose. Sorry about that. Okay, so now back to our friend Twix. Twix, why are you in that cave? Oh, you were born in a cave, so you feel safe going back into that cave or back into a cave. Oh, so if I keep moving this cave, you'll move back into it? Yes, you will. It's a safety mechanism. It's an adaptation, a behavioral adaptation. Not so much something that you can tell on her, but it's something that she does. So Twix is from South America. She is an herbivore. Herbivores eat plants, and you saw her eating plants before. Okay. She has some very cool adaptations. Remember, she's a mammal, and mammals have hair. They feed their young milk. She has this real cool adaptation where she has hair not on the outside of her ear, but on the inside. Can you figure out why she has hair on the inside? She has hair on the inside to prevent the dirt and dust from going inside her ear. Okay. Her teeth continually grow. Herbivores' teeth continually grow, so they have to chew on hard things to wear them down. So she likes to chew on crunchy carrots, she likes celery, and she also has her pelleted food. They are diurnal. Do you remember what diurnal means? Diurnal means busy during the day. Yep, she's friends with Brasilia. Can you see the differences between Brasilia and Twix? You ever meet Hopper? He's a crested gecko. He lives in the rainforest. And he's a reptile. He's an omnivore. And he's got some really cool adaptations. Remember what adaptations are again, right? Things that an animal does or has that helps them survive the environment. Because if they don't survive the environment, they're not able to reproduce and make more, and they might become extinct. And that would be a sad thing because we all depend on each other. We're all connected. Anyway, Hopper, let's take a look at him. Let's look at his eyes. We can tell that Hopper's nocturnal because he has vertical eye slits or pupils. Okay, take a look at those eyes. An animal with vertical pupils is nocturnal. Right? Some other cool things about him are, okay, he has toe pads that have hair on it that allow him to grip. Look at that grip. Can you do that? You probably wish you could do that. Right. Why do we call him Hopper? Hopper, let's show him. What do you do? Come on, Hopper. You gonna hop? Come on, you wanna hop? Come on. Give me a hop. I think he's gonna hop. There you go, Hopper. Go. Hopper leaves from tree to tree, leaf to leaf, and finds his food that way. Another thing, while we wait for him to hop, is that, remember we told you about reptiles and how they regenerate their tails? Well, Hopper doesn't regenerate his tail. There he goes. Good job, Hopper. Nice job. Okay, we're going to hang on to you so you don't take a dive and hurt yourself. Okay? So once again, he's got these toe pads that help him grip his surface, and he could hang upside down. Way to go, Hopper. Okay, so he's nocturnal, he's an omnivore, he's got cool toe pads, but he doesn't regenerate his tail. Come on, who wouldn't love that face? Can you find his ears? Yep, there are his ears. Once again, he feels the vibrations from the ground. He doesn't have to, and they travel up, right, towards his ear, and that's how he will sense sound. Are you going to jump again, Hopper? Next up is our leopard geckos. Take a look at their eyes. You tell me, are they nocturnal or diurnal? Look at those eyes. If you said nocturnal, you're right, because their pupils are vertical. Now, why are they called leopard geckos? Well, just like leopard cats, they have spots. Okay. Also, you'll see them right before they eat, they'll raise their tail and wiggle it, just like the leopard might do in the wild. Now, you'll notice, take a look at their tails. Their tails are different. Why are they different? Well, this tail of this reptile, of this gecko, came off. And while it grew back, it didn't grow back perfectly. It was just enough so that he can use it to climb. This one is a perfect tail. Now, they don't have the same toe pads as the crested gecko. They can't hang upside down. They can't climb walls. These leopard geckos are insectivores. They are a type of carnivore called an insectivore because guess what? They eat insects. Yummy. Delicious. Okay, let's see if they'll eat right now. Okay, here we go. Dinner. Oh, what are you doing with your tongue? What are you doing with your tongue? That's right, they're smelling with their tongue. Watch him smell with his tongue. Not interested? Not yet? Maybe later? In the wild, they won't live long. But in captivity, they'll live up to 10, 11, 12 years. What are you stalking? Your food's over here. I like leopard geckos because they're always smiling. Look at that. And by the way, he's not the Geico gecko. That's a different kind of gecko. Guess who's back? It's Lando. Lando's back because he's got some more important information to tell you. He wanted you to know that he is not venomous. What does venomous mean? Poisonous. He's a non-venomous snake. Well, there's some ways you can tell if a snake is venomous or not. First of all, venomous snakes have generally vertical eye slits and their head is very triangular. Do you see how that's like very triangular shape? So anytime you see a snake like that, get out of there or don't get any closer. Okay? Right. This snake, okay, is diurnal. Okay? It might have fangs, but they don't contain venom. Right? Lando has fangs, but they don't contain venom. And you can see how his tongue, remember that forked tongue? Right? Yep, is smelling left and right. Lando, look what we have for you. Delicious. Yum, yum, yum. Let's look this way. Come here, you. Look what we have. Now, Lando would use his teeth, right, his fangs, to grab the mouse. But now you can see that he is squeezing it, right? Thinking, because I was moving it, he was thinking it's alive. Now, when a snake's eating, don't do what I do, ever. But you could see that I can't pull it away. He's squeezing it and he's got his fangs in it. Right now, Lando is walking the prey into his mouth. That's the term. He's moving his jaws and then he's grabbing the prey and walking it down into his throat. His muscles will squeeze and push the mouse further. There you go. Shake, shake, turn. His ligaments are stretching so that his jaw bones can encompass the mouse. In a minute, we're going to flip over Lando so you could see it going down his digestive tract. See where the mouse is now? Yep, the head is right down here. And his muscles will force it further. This size mouth will take a week or 10 days for Lando to digest, and then he'll be ready again. Okay. See where the mouse is now? Yep, the head's right over here. There's the mouse. Good job, Lando. Now that we're done with the safari, let's see if you can answer these questions. Number 1, what is an adaptation and why are adaptations important? Number 2, what does a herbivore eat? Number 3, which organisms have teeth that continually grow? Number 4, in turtles, which gender, a gender is the male or the female, right, has the curved plastron, that's the curved bottom shell? Right. Number 5, how can you determine if an organism is a predator or prey by looking at the position of the eyes? Remember our rhyme. Number 6, why do most organisms have a shorter lifespan in the wild? What would make them live shorter, right, out in their ecosystems? Okay, well, thanks for viewing. Till next time.